Greetings. I'm trying to figure out where to start. It occurred to me the other day, I was probably maybe almost asleep, but anyway, it was on the edge of my mind about the reality of what it should have been to have what it should be to have wealth, generational wealth, like what it should have been to have generational wealth. Think about the way that family systems were robbed, cultural systems, not just like your family by your family, but like systems of culture that were robbed by intruders. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing my very first car, same color, everything. How is that even still in existence? What a trip. Oh, I loved that car so much. I love that car. For those who want to know what it is, I think it was an 05 or 03 maybe, Kia Rio with it was like that greenish one. Oh my gosh, that was probably my first experience of manifestation from like a true feelingly loving moment, if you know what I mean. Like I really loved, like I saw that car and I was like, I love that car. Okay, so what I mean is I saw it driving around with somebody was driving me, and I saw that vehicle and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that cute little car. And then I was moved when I saw it. I loved it so much as I was 15 or 16 at that time. 15. And then somebody, like an uncle, gave me like this broken down old school kind of car, and I was stoked on that. I was really stoked to have that car. It was some sort, I can't remember what it was, but anyway. And then apparently my dad and mom made the executive decision that they didn't want to, or didn't have the time or the money or whatever. They didn't really include me on any of this part, but the point is, one day I came home and like that car was gone, the old one, and the Kia Rio was here. And it wasn't like, this is your car. It was like, this is my mom's car and I get to drive it sometimes or something. But it ended up being my car because I quickly got a job in banking at the ripe old age of 16, because that's how your girl does things. And I needed a car, so I drove the Kia Rio. And that car, I had that car for like 13 years. This message is totally getting hijacked, but I don't think things are coincidences, so we're just gonna go with this. I had that car for 13, I think, years. I drove that car across the country 4 times, plus a bunch of road trips, like amongst those giant cross-country 4-day straight road trips. That car was bad to the bone. That car got me so many places. Me and my pit bull would go, oh my gosh, so many great adventure memories right now coming through. And Matthew, if you're seeing this, you remember I drove to Salt Lake to see you in that car too. Maybe more than once. I'll never forget too, because my mom gave me this hatchet, this rusty ass hatchet. She's like, here, like, like I didn't have weapons or whatever, and I wasn't bringing my dog with me for this trip because I was like going to see friends. So was it Salt Lake that you were in that time? Anywho, okay, so we were joking that if I had to hatchet anybody, like they were gonna freaking need a tetanus shot when they were done, because it was this rusty ass hatchet. So we're like, people better not mess with me, because not only are you gonna get freaking chopped, you're gonna have to go and deal with trying to not get, what is it, tetanus? Okay, so I digress. Let me get back to what we're talking about. What were we talking about? On the edge of sleep, talking about generational wealth that has been robbed from us. And this is one of those things that I feel like we have been even robbed of the very revelation of realizing what we should have had being passed to us. We've accepted this narrative of like just the last 100 years being like, yeah, it's normal that my family has nothing to pass, when we should all be owners of more. So it was like, this was kind of like being revelatorily passed to me, being just kind of, as I was, like I said, I was kind of on the brink of sleeping, I think, is when this came to me. And And then the next thing that just came to me right now was talking about ancestral wisdom. Like, how amazing would it be if we still lived in the era where we had relatives that were 900 years old? Think about, we're winging it here on this planet, and our oldest relatives are like, you know, 80, 100 maybe, and like, are they still doing good? Depends. Are they still even with us? Depends. Are we even like, are they even like current enough with the world that they can pass on like wisdom? Or is everything changing so swiftly and rapidly that their wisdom isn't really like relevant? Or were they robbed, you know, their entire lifetime, so they don't have like they're not in the know anyway to be able to pass something on? And I was thinking, man, how like it would be very handy to have an uncle that was 900 years old that could tell me the ways of man and the ways of humanity and the ways that things have been snatched from us, or like, you know, like how things have been held back from us, stuff like that. So anywho, between the two of those, I guess that's the wisdom. The wisdom is that we can still tap into our ancestral wisdom through the divinity of the spirit, and that it is indeed very worthwhile to learn how to attune to the spirit of wisdom and truth, because not everybody that's in control in the 3D realm here is on your team, or that is for you, you know? So anyway, is that it? Is there any more messages? Oh, just also that like the generational wealth restoration. Okay, yeah, this is hopeful and good. That there's hope for that restoration. Okay, this was it. Pay attention, or be thinking, maybe even inquire, maybe get a notebook and write this. Like, inquire of the spirit, like what if we hadn't been robbed, and we don't even know like how we've been robbed. Like, let's say it could have been internal issues, like addiction, you know, like robbing somebody of their own inheritance because they didn't have control over their very own being, which F that S, you know what I mean? Because if you can't control your own being, then how can you ever get ahead? Like, that is the ultimate robbery right there. And you should be up in arms about that if that's something that you deal with. You should be stomping in the atmosphere being like, hail to the no, never again. Like, I do not agree or consent to my being taken over by a substance or by a thought process or by whatever that is not for my highest good. Like, say that out loud and let it be known, because that's wild. Okay, so then the next thing, so it could be being robbed internally by your own misgivings, or people in your lineage that had their own mishaps, or lack of vision, lack of ability, whatever. Or it could have been from external, you know, kind of like how the certain people came over and just yanked the land from the natives that lived in a land, kind of that kind of thing. Okay, so journal and ask, what would be in my lineage if those things hadn't happened? Because through the concept of believing that everything can be restored, the message is that those things can be restored in supernatural, miraculous ways that you can't cognitively in your earth realm brain be able to figure out how that would happen, but it is possible. So maybe write the list of everything that you believe that you would have had: houses, properties, businesses, lucrative, you know, let's say status, even like the just status in humanity, things like that. I honestly haven't even done this exercise. This is all just coming to me right now. So okay, so all of those things, and then in a way, now you're going to take that list and you're going to reflect on it, and you're going to visualize it yourself receiving all of that. That's cool. And this is what we call the wealth transfer. because that was the whole thing, is like, there are times where I sit and think about like, oh, I'm just going to be manifesting out of nothingness, like manifesting just out of my heart's desires. But then that thought came to me. It was like, this isn't just about you and your faith and your ability to perceive or to want or to believe or to, you know, like trust that good things are happening for you. This is also about your time, like your lineage through time, your lineage up the line that was robbed. And first and foremost, spiritually, because if they had the spiritual, you know, but also we have to think about too, there are 3D walls. There are walls in the 3D that prevented people from being able to get ahead. Whether it be ethnicity or just like distance restrictions, you know, pre-internet, pre-cars, even, you know, horse travel. Some people didn't. So anyway, do the exercise and then look at the list and give thanks now. So so you can say things like, I am so grateful. Thank you, divine team. Now that my lineage, or like my whatever, like that the following has been restored and passed into my name. However it resonates best with you and makes sense with you. Okay, be blessed, be well, be free. And please comment, like, if anybody does this exercise and actually experiences the manifestation, no matter how long it takes, please comment here for the Beloved Collective and allow everybody to witness your miracle. And if you don't mind, like, another idea is you could also put the list in the comments so that we can all be visualizing it together, quantum intercession on each other's behalf. And then also please remember to come back and share your testimonial should this actually come through, and share your story. Okay, I can't wait to hear from you. I wouldn't be given this message if it wasn't like for something. So like I'm confident in this, and I want to hear about this, and I'll share mine too. Okay, be blessed, be well, be free. Bye.